Hello, Libra. It's Fawn and Fire Intuitive, and I'm doing your November 2018 reading. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate with you, please check out my readings for your Moon, Rising, or Venus. Or you can contact me in the box below for a personal private reading. My email is fawnandfireintuitive@gmail.com. That's down below. Just shoot me a message and we can set something up. Also, guys, please follow me on Instagram. I give mini readings there, updates. Plus, I like connecting with you guys and being able to see your faces. Okay, so I am doing a interesting reading for November. It is your best case scenario and your worst case scenario. Okay, so this is based on your choices and the choices of people around you, what you could be heading towards best case and worst case, and we look into the energetic blocks so that you can get your best case scenario. I'm going to do life and then love, so you can fast forward to your love if you want, but I kind of recommend watching it because it's all been playing together. Okay, I did pull your oracle cards before I started, your high level oracle cards, the overarching energy, and we have Age of Light. You have been training for this for lifetimes. Okay, and then we have Answer the Call. What is your soul calling you to do? So some of you, Libra, you're kind of going back and forth and you're hesitant because you don't necessarily feel equipped for something you want. You don't necessarily feel equipped or deserving or ready. But the fact is you are. You have everything you need. You've been training for this for a long time and it's going to be okay. But we're going to see what the other cards say to get more information about this, okay? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for November 2018. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, November 2018. You know, some of you are keeping yourself in a box. You're keeping yourself in a box of kind of what other people have said you could be. You know, maybe you had parents who told you you need to be a certain way, or maybe, you've just picked things up in society that you're like, okay, well, I need to be this way. That's what's acceptable. That's, that's my best self. But you feel in a box. You feel restricted because inside there is something biting at the bit, wanting to get out, something that is more authentic to you. Three cards for best case scenario and three cards for worst case scenario. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, we have the Hermit. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. This is about, maybe some of you have gone within and all of a sudden you are like, oh, I kind of want something different. The Hermit goes in search of the star, of wishes coming true, of something that seems almost out of grasp, but it's very fulfilling and it's right for you. If you haven't already, this is saying your best case scenario is that you do go within. You figure out what lights you up, not what everyone says is great, not what everyone says people should be like, but what lights you up. Yeah, then we have the Six of Swords. It's almost like you haven't been following your peace in your thoughts. Like you'll kind of like get these thoughts that like they make you feel peaceful, they make you feel good, and you're like, oh, I want to go that direction, and then you're like, oh, I can't. That's not practical, or what are people going to think? Like you're not following your peace. Yeah, Five of Swords. So more negative thoughts. Like you're actually really fighting against them. Your best case scenario is that you stop fighting against what you know in your heart that you want. Okay, stop fighting. It's anytime I see the Five of Swords, I think about cutting off your nose to spite your face. Your worst case scenario is that you stay stuck. You stay focused on what could go wrong with this Five of Cups, or you squelch your inner truth, or you think, I'm not good enough. I'm too old. My time has passed. That's too risky. Or if you have voices of other people in your head, like, a lot of people, you know, their mother or their father's voices is in their head saying, oh, don't try. Oh, that's dangerous. Stop. Oh, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. You know, and here's the thing, like the Hanged Man is in the upright. It's okay to slow down to like really determine what you want, but to like stay stuck, that's your worst case scenario, because you're being encouraged to answer the call. You already are well equipped for what you want. Okay, let's pull one more. So you could be dealing with another Libra or Aquarius or a Gemini, or you could be dealing with a Virgo. But you could be dealing with any sign. We have strength. You could be dealing with a Leo. Your best case scenario is you recognize your own strength. You are ready. You are ready. And one thing I love about the strength card, like in a few decks, you know, she's touching his head, or there's another deck I have where like she has the power, like she's illuminating like these beasts' minds. You are way more powerful than you recognize. You're way more equipped than you recognize, okay? One more for the worst case scenario, and then I'll pull the energetic blocks. Three of Wands. You're manifesting either way. If you choose to be in fear, you know, you're going to manifest kind of what you're afraid of. You're in this place where you are manifesting. You are looking down at what you've already created, thinking about what you want to create, thinking about what could go wrong. You are manifesting. So your worst case scenario is to be manifesting stagnation when you have strength and the Hermit and all of these cards really encouraging you to follow that inner voice. Stop letting your thoughts, like you'll get to that place of peace where you're like, okay, this is it. I'm letting go. I'm following. I'm trusting. I believe in this. And then the next like 6 hours later, you're like, but oh gosh, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm crazy? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm alone forever? What if, you know? Okay, so let's see if there's any other energetic blocks. And then we'll look into love. Yeah. Anytime there's a delay, okay? So it's like you make up your mind, and then if there's a delay, you immediately start doubting, okay? And the thing is, good things are coming in, but there is a delay. There is a delay. And this can be in money, love, certain things you're trying to build. But they're coming in, and this is 11, okay? 11 on here. New beginnings, new things coming together, new things manifesting. Happy family in the reverse. Interesting. Some of you are dealing with a situation where either you have people relying on you, but what I feel the most strongly, some of you are dealing with a situation where you have done certain things to keep your family happy, and it is not authentic to you anymore, and you're ready to move on and do something different. And you're very concerned about how it's going to affect your relationship with your family, which is understandable. But at the same time, you can't like hang yourself up on the cross to make everyone else happy. You have to go after your passion. There's something within you that's wanting to come out. There's something you deeply believe in, and you want to go down that path. And if you don't, it kind of eats you up from the inside out, okay? Let's look into what's happening in love. Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in love. We're going to look at singles, couples, and it's complicated because it always is, right? The energy is, it does kind of, what's the word? It is kind of fluid. Like I'm going to read singles, couples, love, but if one of the other ones resonates with you, I find the energy does overlap in these, especially the way I read. Okay, so we're going to pull an angel, romance angels oracle for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, November 2018, love, and then we're going to pull the tarot cards for best and worst case scenario. Singles, couples, and it's complicated. Sorry, my dog started barking. And nobody's supposed to be here. Okay. Singles, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Couples, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. But the universe is definitely trying to speak to you about your relationship. For it's complicated, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay, so let's see what's happening. Best case and worst case scenario. I really feel like I should go see what's happening upstairs. Why my dog's freaking out. Okay. Best case. Okay. For singles, so we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. We have the Judgment card in reverse. So, you know, the literal obvious translation of that is be careful not to judge a book by its cover, okay? I feel like for some of you, you're hoping on something to resurrect, and the fact that there's a delay in the resurrection or that it's not resurrecting, although I feel for a lot of you it's a delay, it's because you have another soulmate that you're supposed to interact with, and it's actually gonna, it could be a Leo, but it's actually going to, it's something very enlightening for you, something very uplifting, and it might look different than you ultimately expected. You might be really holding out hope for like someone coming back from the past, but this new person coming in is actually somebody who's really warm, really caring, and really going to like shine a light on your worth and your value. Your worst case scenario is you just keep thinking about you aren't open to anything new because you're thinking about the person of the past. You're like, you have this like vendetta, like I'm not going to be left out in the cold. This is my soulmate. This is my twin flame. We are coming together, you know, and ultimately you miss opportunities because you aren't being left out in the cold. You have the sun here, which is the exact opposite of being left out in the cold. You have happiness. Okay. But it, you know, holding on so tightly with this Four of Pentacles in reverse, your worst case scenario is, and here's the other thing. So often we feel like we have to be like, okay, I'm letting go. It's over. I'm done with that person. And we get like kind of like an attitude about it. Some of you are not meant to let go. These cards are very much saying you're not left out. The worst case scenario is like letting go to the place where you get to this like negative energy where you're like, screw them, you know, they're not coming back and I have this new person. No, like if you have something you very strongly believe in your heart is coming to you, hold on to that, but don't become guarded. Don't hoard it. Don't let it become your everything because you have other opportunities. Look for the other opportunities coming in that might surprise you, that don't look like what you ultimately think and what ultimately might happen, what ultimately, you know, you could be manifesting and wanting in your life. That could very well be coming, but there might be like, you know, you might be on, I just heard like you're on a road trip but you need to stop at the Howard Johnson's because there's pancakes and they're going to make you happy. So even though you really want to get to the destination, don't miss out on like the, you know, whatever on I-90, the world's largest chipmunk or whatever. Like stop and look around because there's really important things while you're waiting. Okay, for couples, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, so then we have the Five of Swords in reverse for the best case scenario and strength. Okay, so there could be just a lot of arguing in your relationship or just a lot of just feeling conflicted thoughts. Like, is is something going on I need to know about? Is could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, someone who's like very focused on something right now, and they're you know, maybe they're not as focused on you, or maybe you're not as focused on them, because somebody here is very focused on what serves them at the moment. But they're coming from a good place, and you don't need to fight it. You need to find your own inner strength. Again, we have Leo here. You could be dealing with a Leo or a water sign. But you need to find your own inner strength and be patient, because somebody around you or you know, there's something they're exploring, something they're very focused on, and you don't want to fight it. You don't want to be the person that cuts them down when they've found something they're passionate about. You actually have to use this as an opportunity to like grow in self-love, so that you're not like pissed off that you're not getting like maybe the attention that you want. Some of you, your best case scenario is I feel like that's the story that I'm getting right now. I thought I felt something else, and then it left just as fast as it came, and I couldn't find it again. So what can I do? Yeah, your worst case scenario is that you try to control it, because then you become a burden, and you're not a burden. This person actually cares about you. They actually really care about you. They might be like a little like closed off about it, but they really care about you. And your worst case scenario is like freaking out and like demanding more for them and not being supportive, because this could be a beneficial relationship. Also, for some of you, if somebody's making you feel like a burden, you need to go in search of something else, okay? Because you're not a burden. You're not a burden. Yeah. Some of you, your worst case scenario, you are dealing with someone kind of manipulative. They paint a picture of like, they always are right and you're always wrong and you've always messed up, even though you know you haven't. So some of you are dealing with a bad person, and you need to, that was the second story. And you need to walk away. Your best case scenario is finding someone who really sees your worth and value, and that person is out there because you have a lot of worth and a lot of value, okay? So if you are dealing with someone really manipulative or narcissistic who is constantly painting stories or triangulating you or talking about you to people, and like you just don't feel safe, like emotionally safe, because you never know. It's always a surprise when the other shoe's going to drop. Okay, for it's complicated. Forgiving and learning, as you release and heal, you experience more love in these present moments, okay? Yeah, your worst case scenario is you allow your thoughts to just keep deceiving you in this situation. You allow yourself to continue to be deceived, and you don't get emotional satisfaction. Again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio with the Queen of Cups here. You don't want to stay kind of believing in a fantasy if you're not seeing any proof. But at the same time, you don't want to get really angry and choose just like to go worst case scenario. You do need to forgive and release and heal. Oh, jeez. I feel like my guides are like, slow down. I'm missing something. Okay, let's see. What am I missing? Some of you, in it's complicated situation, and this goes to the couples too, you're dealing with somebody, Libra. You have probably dealt with some pretty negative situations in the past. And because you haven't fully like healed from that, you are kind of allowing you could be allowing someone to kind of take advantage of you or get in your head, and you're not feeling happy, and they're really not offering anything. It's all just kind of like, illusion, the illusion of 10 of Cups. But ultimately what you're going to get is the 10 of Cups. But you have to do some healing right now. Because your worst case scenario is really getting like emotionally way out of balance and almost having to maybe even manipulate a little bit yourself to kind of get what you want. Because you could be wanting like this attention that will make you feel a certain way. But you almost feel like you have to act a certain way to get it, and it's not who you really are. And you have the 10 of Cups coming in. That's your best case scenario. But you have to get peace in your thoughts. Yeah. You have to get peace in your thoughts. And we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. You know, making a decision, kind of taking the blinders off and the guard off your heart. A lot of it is all about your thoughts. The 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 2 of Swords. Yeah. Some of you, it's like you're ready to you're like, screw this, I'm ready for a new beginning, and you shouldn't, because you do have the 10 of Cups here that you could ultimately have, but it's like you're kind of like indulging in fantasy, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. Gosh, so many situations. Yeah, but we have the 2 of Cups. And you're not a victim. You're not a martyr. You've got to get out of that energy. You've got to get out of that victim martyr energy, thinking that somebody's trying to wrong you all the time. Because we have the 2 of Cups. Like, the grass isn't greener. You're not going to like go on a new adventure and find better. This is just in some situations. I'm sorry. I'm getting so many channeled messages that you really have to know which one you are in tune with right now. Because I see for a lot of you have options, okay? And some of them are good and some of them are deceptive. And you have the possibility for 2 of Cups and 10 of Cups. But in order to do that, you have to forsake the passion, the like new passion, the spark. Because the new passion, like for some of you, you're in a relationship and there's this new passion coming in. But it's not what it seems. It's not going to bring you peace. It's not like this like exciting new beginning, okay? The cards are encouraging you to stay grounded, to stay where love is proven, to stay with your family for some of you, okay? And to not, and some of this is coming because of negative self-talk and negative, just really focusing on what's missing and wanting to get some emotional satisfaction outside. And there needs to be some forgiving, learning, and healing. Sorry, I know that last one got a little crazy. There was like rapid fire messages coming in. That's why they were like, slow down. Okay. I hope that was helpful, Libra. Geez, a lot of messages in that reading. So much love and light to you guys. Again, if you're looking for a personal reading, contact me. My information's in the box below, and I'll talk to you guys really soon. Okay, bye.